Good morning, beautiful souls. Avalon here. Today is a massive, massive day. I'm stressed. I have a Skype meeting with the printer for the Bone Stone and No Flesh Tarot. This is our very first Skype meeting. This has been in the making for a very long time. Anna is trying to tee herself up. I'm teeing myself up early. The meeting is with a beautiful lady named Kana in China, and we had to try and coordinate 3 separate time zones in order to make this a reality. And so it has just dawned on me that I have to download Skype on my iMac. I also have to download the files on my iMac because I'm going to be doing the meeting up top in my witch's cottage. And I'm just like, then the kids had to get ready to go to school and Serenity was crying every 5 seconds. And I'm just like, could today be more hectic? Anyways, I've got to grab all of my bags. That means all of my gear, and I'm going up. God, I feel like a pack mule. I have all my tech on my shoulder, plus my handbag, plus my diaries. Just, every day I get caught on that latch. Every day. The place is replete with fairy wrens today. Let's check out the property because the light is just catching it in such a beautiful way that I feel like I should do some B-roll. As it turns out, I might have to make a mad dash to Huonville to grab some supplies, all rural related, if that makes sense. So my day just got busier. I've also got a Coven live to do to wrap up this last 2 months of Coven topic, which is sacred balance. We have done so much work and the Coven is now preparing their group presentations. So I've got to address that, and gosh, it was 4 degrees this morning when I woke up, but it's promised to be around 22 today. So let's see how it goes. This place here is insulated like a mofo, so it doesn't actually quite change temperature as you can see. I have really been working closely with Peacock ore of late. I have it in the very center of my sacred space, my altar, as you would see, almost in front of the Lap of Gaia statue. And I've got to say that the whole entire purpose of me placing that stone where I did in that particular grid, the way that I did and when I did it, was to bring about more creative flow. And since then I have begun daily vlogs and I have been creating non-stop. So I would say that the effects that this particular stone has had on not just me and my creativity, but on my practice as a whole has been quite profound and far-reaching. And so I wanted to mention this to you in case you too are interested in working with such a beautiful stone. It is just, I remember when I saw it in my crystal collection and I was redecorating my sacred space or moving to envision a new theme for my sacred space, I was very specific in what I wanted, and what I wanted was color. Now I'm usually quite Well, I'm semi-colourful, but I do like the dark, muted, earthy tones, and I do like, you know, the bones, and I like the clean nature of that very earthy look. But this time I set up the altar during the time of summer, I believe, and what I wanted was colour. I wanted the representation of colour, and I needed to bring more colour into my life. And that is exactly what I did. I populated my altar with as much colour as I could bring in, with all the elements that I had to use, without having to go out and acquire anything else. I used exactly what I had, and I found that I actually had quite a bit of colour in my ritual items, and so I bought them all out and I put them to good use. And since I did, I have been so extraordinarily colourful in my approach to life. I have been incredibly creative. I have been journaling more than ever before. I have been video blogging, vlogging as a means of capturing aspects of my life, extending out on my journaling. I have been going out in nature and foraging. I've been spending more creative time with my children. I have been inwardly looking at the ways in which I can release creative blockages. And I have been very, very, very focused on unleashing the raw power of my creativity. I think I've spoke about this on my channel before, and I have had a long and arduous battle with creativity. Coming from a creative home, coming from a family that could practice the arts in ways that I myself could not, left me feeling less than. And I remember this feeling distinctively. I remember wanting to draw and wanting so badly to be able to paint, and wanting so badly to be able to play the guitar, and wanting so badly to be able to do these things that other members of my family just naturally did. And that created a type of unhealthy tunnel vision as to how I saw and what I thought creativity was. And as it turns out, creativity is expansive. Creativity is not one thing in particular. It's about everything, and how you approach that, and how it brings you joy, and how it is that you can bring to life something that was once just a concept, or enhance something that was not as bright as you needed it to be. And I have transformed the way in which I view creativity. And the moment that I began to work on art without judgment, on the transformation of the creative perception within me, I was able to start sketching, doing little doodles. I started art journaling. I started placing greater emphasis in the fact that I could write. And I have been writing poetry. I have been writing short stories. I have been writing since I was little. But did I think that that was a creative medium? No, for some reason, I didn't. I just thought, well, they all can do art and all I can do is write. And I never put those two and two together. I never saw art in writing and writing in art, if that makes sense. And as it turns out, writing is an incredibly nourishing and complicated art form. An art form that I am still so in love with. And my understanding of creativity has expanded so much on what I once thought that it was. And so I feel that it is my absolute duty as a witch to focus some of my everyday metaphysical maintenance in the activation and the honoring of the flame of creation within me, the artistic creative component within me. And so that is what my crystal choices were about this altar rotation. And I really want to be able to carry that theme across. How I'm going to do that when I change up this sacred space for autumn is yet to be seen. I'm still in that conceptualizing phase, but I'm going to get there, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it when I do it. It's warm in the sunroom, so I came out to experience the warmth and to show you the second crystal that I have been working with flat out, and that is carnelian. Now, I feel like I should take you outside to really have a look at this particular piece, because I'm not sure if I've ever said this before on my channel, but I am not really all that much called to love heart shaped stones, but when you see this one, you will see why I specifically acquired it. see what I mean? Absolutely exquisite. It has a vein to it. That is the back of it, which I didn't show up close. That is the front. And I absolutely fell in love when I saw this very stone. And carnelian is always a stone that captures my attention. It has so many functional attributes for the witch and for the creative at heart. I specifically use carnelian in combination or in alignment with metaphysical maintenance that has a specific focus on activating, unblocking and channeling the raw and undiluted power of my Svadhisthana chakra, also known as the sacral chakra. And so this stone has a very specific purpose, and I use it with a very specific intention. And so I find that when I'm working closely with this stone and the color orange, and I'm working more with bringing color into my life, I go through this extraordinarily expansive transformation, and it's very serpent. And I love it, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. So there you go, wave to the Bonestone tribe. We're just checking in, telling them about, well, one, that I'm a daily vlogger now, and two, that we're doing this extraordinarily anticipated Skype meeting today for the Bonestone, so it's very exciting. So say hi to all the peoples, yay! That's the Bonestone tribe. This is it. I'm downloading these high-res files now to my iMac and preparing for the meet. You know, looking at the images of the box just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. I can't believe how close we are. This is our Bonestone Flesh meeting.
Exact number of pages, so it's kind of hard.
I'm dead on the floor, exhausted. I'm literally laying on the floor. There's the door, there's the car. I'm on the floor. I'm legit on the floor. And I just finished the print meet with the printers over in China for the Bonestone, and Anna and I had a lot to talk about in regards to that as well. And oh, it's grueling. It's not easy being a tarot creator, let me tell you. But waiting on a few okays from the printer just to make sure everything's going to flow good. Questions on colours and that, and they should be back to me within a couple of days. So yes, I'm so excited. I'm also hungry and in need of sustenance because it is now, what's the time? It's now 2 o'clock. I jumped on that meeting at 11:30 and it's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So my kids are almost going to be home, but I feel like I have been extraordinarily productive, which is good. And that's the main part to be focused on. I did not get to my unboxings today, and now I'm running out of time. I really don't like setting tasks for myself that I then don't complete. So I'm having a late lunch now and opting for bread, which I shouldn't be eating, of course, and a banana, which is a healthy alternative. I would make myself a tasty smoothie, but I'm lacking the physical energy that I need to grab everything. Being in a tiny home, all of our things are outside, spread out. So my fridge is out there and my fruit and veggies are out there and everything's just spread out. It's not as easy as walking to a pantry and grabbing the things that you need. So hence lies my trials and tribulations. That's just me being fatigued. Anyway. So I'm gonna call it a day. Vlog number 14. Made it to 2 weeks straight. How's about them apples? Give this one a thumbs up if you appreciate the fact that I have been going strong for an entire 2-week period. Here in Australia, we call 2-week period a fortnight. You will hear me say a fortnight quite regularly. So that's what we call it. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It was so nice to see your beautiful smiling faces, and I look forward to checking in with you tomorrow. Once again, I just adore sharing all of these facets of my life with you, sharing daily space with you, and I hope that you can appreciate it as well. With all of that said and done, sending you so much love, luck, peace and joy. Sarava and Ashe to you. Take care. Mwah. Bye.